Hi, I'm Grateful Ted. Thanks for being here because I really appreciate it. And this week we've taken the train up from Rome, and it was the bullet train, so we got here pretty quick. I think the fastest we went was 250 kilometers per hour. It wasn't the full 300 that it's capable of doing, but it did 250. And now we're in the city of Florence, where the Renaissance happened, where the Renaissance was founded by the Medicis. We're going to go to a gallery here. It's going to be a really nice time. We're going to show you all around the city, the Ponte Vecchio Bridge. We'll show you the outside of the Duomo. I want to tell you that if you're planning on coming to Florence, you want to get your tickets for things as soon as you can. I tried to get tickets so we could see the museum where there's the real Michelangelo's David. And I tried 10 days before we even left. So that was about 2.5, 3 weeks ago. And the tickets for the whole time we're here in Florence was already sold out. And we're not going to be able to see the real one. We'll see a replica of it outside, but we won't be able to see it. So come on, let's go have a good time in Florence. Now this is the world famous Ponte Vecchio Bridge. You'll notice those windows upstairs there. And the Medici Palace was 3 or 4 blocks to the left, and their offices is 5 or 6 blocks to the right. And they didn't want to have to deal with the populace, so they had that upstairs portion built, and they could walk from their palace to their offices without having to deal with the public. For many years, there was butcher shops along the bridge, but after a while, it really started to stink from all the rotted meat and groceries and those kinds of things. So the Medici said, you can't do that anymore. Get rid of all of the butcher shops and grocery and only allow gold sellers on there. So now when you walk that bridge, there's all kinds of gold shops that have been there for centuries. And our apartment is right up there on that hill.
Tanto l'olio nuovo ci sarà quest'anno. Ascolta, ce n'hai ancora un po'?
This is a famous statue in Florence. You're supposed to rub its snout for good luck.
No, fai così. Ti faccio video, aspetta.
This is the Uffizi Gallery. I hope I'm saying that right. They're working on it, but we still are able to see what's inside. They seem to be working all over Italy. I can tell you that Rome was really hard to get around Rome because of all the construction going on, and have seen a lot of construction, not nearly as much as in Rome, but have seen some considerable construction here in Florence. They say no videos, so I can, but there's no guards making other people quit shooting with their phones. So I'm just going to do short bursts here. We're in the Botticelli portion of the gallery. This is Botticelli. This is Botticelli's Annunciation of Man. That is Botticelli's Spring. These are all Botticelli's. Look at the detail in that. This is Botticelli's Madonna del Rosa. This is Botticelli's Deposition in the Sepulchre. This is probably Botticelli's most famous painting, The Birth of Venus. I think my friend Codex Urbanus might appreciate this one. Lamentation over the Body of Christ by Bellini. This one's by Da Vinci, Leonardo. This is another one by Leonardo da Vinci. Although Michelangelo was known for his statuary art, he did do some paintings, and he was in competition with Raphael, Pan and Daphne. So that's the Uffizi Gallery where we were earlier and saw all that art. And yeah, that's a cool little restaurant under there. Ponte Vecchio, which is pretty much that, and Michelangelo's David are pretty much the symbols of Florence. That out there is the Florence Duomo. That's the Duomo in Florence from our kitchen window. So today we're going to try a couple of things. I don't know if our stamina will allow us to do it, but we're going to try to go to the Duomo. We're not going to go up into the dome. We're just going to do the cathedral and down in that basic area. And then we're going to move on to the major market here in Florence. But before that, I want to show you something. This is an old city. This is where the Renaissance began, and you can feel the Renaissance here physically in your body, in your eyes, in your mind. So I want to show you how old this is. That door right there, that's our apartment, as are those windows. So come on, I want to show you something around the block. We're going to go a block up the hill there. Okay, so that the end of that house right there is where our apartment is. And we've come up one block, and this house right here, this is where Galileo lived. Right here, this is Galileo's house. That should give you a sense of how old this neighborhood is. Yeah, it's quite a trek down into the town, but it's fun, and it's not that far. It's worse coming up than going down, as you might imagine. These doors of the baptistry are world famous. In fact, Michelangelo said they are the doors to heaven. He thought they were so good. These are replicas of the original. The originals have been moved to the Museum of Florence, but they're exact replicas. Again, this is the baptistry.
Yeah, no, here are some of the pictures he took up there. Yeah. I get claustrophobic, so I was absolutely like, no. I just know I enjoy yourself. I'll go find a little bistro or something to sit at.
This is the inside of the Duomo's dome. other side of the Duomo. Now that dome up there is the largest dome of its kind, unsupported in the world, and it is the model for many, many other domes, including the Capitol Dome in the U.S. and many other domes around the world. So that's the leather market down there, and this is the grocery market and vegetable market. So here is an Italian cooking school. It's the restaurant portion of the market. For somewhere between 250 and 300 years, the de' Medici family owned this town. Florence was owned by the de' Medici family. And that's how the Renaissance started. They started bringing in the art. We're going to go to a couple of churches today, and I'm not sure they're actually churches anymore because you have to pay to get in them. One of them is the de' Medici's chapel itself, which I understand is really gorgeous on the inside with all the art. The other is a church that houses the tombs of a bunch of famous people. So come on, let's go. So the Church of the de' Medicis was closed, even though the website says it's open today. They said it's closed all day. So this is Santa Croce. And we're hopeful that it's open because there's some really amazing things in here that I think you'll agree with. So come on, let's go see if it's open. Let's see if we can get in. Well, it appears as though we can get in. We're just going to buy tickets and go in. These are tombs of Florence people. Many of them will be Medici's. But there are others. Wait till you see who's in here. And this, as you can read, is the tomb of Galileo. This is Dante's tomb. This is the tomb of Machiavelli. This is the tomb of Rossini, the opera composer. This is the tomb of Guglielmo Marconi, who invented the radio. This is the tomb of Michelangelo. The Michelangelo.
Davanti a Lorenzo uccidono lui, Francesco Neri, che è sepolto qui. Questa è la sua tomba. Quindi andiamo adesso nella migliore dei fatti.
So that was Santa Croce, and there's a lot in there. And this has basically been Florence. Now, we're going to spend tonight and tomorrow night in Florence, but tomorrow we're going on a day trip, and you'll see that in another vlog. Also, there's lots of stuff in Santa Croce besides all those tombs, and there's a lot of beautiful architecture and art in the European cathedrals. So I'll be doing a complete vlog on that, and you'll be able to see all the things that I didn't show you in here in that vlog. Now, if you liked this stuff, give it a thumbs up, because that helps people find it. Also, comment down below if you've been to Florence. What did you like best about it? And I can always use subscribers. I really can. You also may remember that I had some photography equipment stolen in Paris, and I need to replace that. And so if you'd like to help support the channel so I can replace that, there's a thank you button down below, and you can press that and leave a small donation to help support the channel and help me get some of that equipment back. So until next week, we'll see you then.